Hello everybody, today I would like to say a big thank you to all of my subscribers for reaching the 7,000 mark. It has definitely been a long time coming to this point. Let's see, at the end of this year, we'll be here for 10 years already. So thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you, and thank you to all of the new subscribers that are coming here in the future or maybe subscribing right now. I appreciate every single one of you. As I usually say, I don't get to respond to many of the comments in the comments section, but I definitely read all of them. So don't worry about that. I read every single comment that is ever put on my channel, so I'm definitely hearing everything you have to say. But unfortunately, with my job, I don't have much time to go through and respond to all of them. Anyway, that aside, I do have some new clips here from some thrift stores and things like that, so let's go ahead and take a look at those. So here we are at the second use building material place. And this is a fixture used in photo developing, a darkroom. I'm sure there's a different term for that, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind here. It is preheat, as you could see there. It had two starters inside of it, and we'll take a closer look at it here in a bit when I work my way around to the other side of that aisle. But there's some different fluorescent and halogen fixtures there. Those are both 8-watt preheat ones. Some ceiling fan, well, just one ceiling fan. So not some of them, it's just the one. And different things down below. There's a high intensity discharge floodlight there, but that thing has been wandering around this building for a while. It's probably way too much for what they want for it. I'm not sure what that light is. It has like a flimsy plastic thing around it. It's always interesting to look through their parts here on this particular carousel holder thing. You never know what you'll find in there. They seem to add things to it quite often. Little things, that is. But a lot of it does stay the same, at least for things that nobody wants, of course. And here's their selection of light bulbs. Now, they don't have too many. They used to be over on the other shelf, as you may remember. But now they're here, and there seems to be a lot of just floodlights and standard things like that. And we'll work our way over here. And there's another canopy light fixture that I just glanced at there for a second. However, that's something that has been at this place for a while. And some other vintage ceiling fixtures. Of course, plenty of those around. Here's a nice, oh yeah, it is a 14-watt preheat wall sconce, probably used within a bathroom. That's usually where you find those. I did compare it to one of the 15-watt bulbs, and it is definitely a 14-watt fixture. I keep moving the camera around and not focusing on it for very long, but it is a nice little fixture. It needed a lot of help, and I don't have the things here, unfortunately, to help it, so I just left it there for now. Might be a good project in the future, though. Here is a 2D electronically ballasted fixture. I might have shown it a split second at the beginning of these little clips here. It was screwed shut, so I had to go and find a screwdriver to open it up because I was curious what was inside. I could tell it was some type of fluorescent from the holes on the back. Pretty rare to find a 2D fixture. Usually this style, if found in fluorescent, is Circleline. So, yeah, it's different. They had two of them there. And over to that thing. Here we are. Here's the sticker at the end of it. I did go and plug it in, and it does work just fine. I didn't pick it up the first time around, but I came by the next week, and I decided to pick it up. And here we are at a Goodwill. Here is a ceiling fan that's brand new in box. It looks like it's been opened, but everything was inside of it. Don't have a use for it, but I thought it was neat and wanted to include it here in the video. Plenty of glassware and things like that for different lights. Not a surprise. And there's a chandelier, because that's the best place to donate it, I suppose. And here we are at a Value Village. There was a whole bunch of these really old CFLs. I remember these quite a bit, especially the Sun Pack ones there. Those I remember a lot more because I actually had two of those, and I still do. I just don't have the boxes anymore. Here is a store in our local mall. I just wanted to share some of the interesting overseas lighting and stuff they have. And here, we're at a different Goodwill. I would have picked up this fixture, however, it needed some help. But I saw another guy get it working, and I was talking to him about that. He does jewelry and things like that, so it was a perfect thing for him to pick up. I already have one of those in my collection, so it isn't exactly something that I need a second one of. However, I do think it's neat that it has a separate starter, and you don't have to hold down the button for manual preheat. That is a nice feature. And I do think he got it because it wasn't there the next time I came around. Anyway, as you saw in the little clip before this one, because I continued to ramble on about the Goodwill, we're at a restore now. This particular restore, I seem to always find high-intensity discharge stuff, and today was no exception. I did find some things, however, I didn't pick anything up because it wasn't necessarily things that I absolutely needed. So we saw the Regent 175 watt mercury vapor area light there, missing its refractor, some really weird looking ceiling fan, and here we have the fluorescent tubes at the end of the aisle. Here is a 320 watt metal halide floodlight. I believe it's pulse start instead of probe start when you get into those weird wattages like that. Cool fixture, but again, don't have a use for it. Here's a Regent 50 watt high pressure sodium floodlight. It's missing the glass. If it wasn't missing the glass, I probably would have picked it up. But again, I don't have a 50 watt high pressure sodium bulb, so I would have had no way to really test it other than with one of my 35 watt ones. Really cool fixture though. I did like the design of it. And down here we have some Lights of America electronically ballasted fixtures, and there's some right there, so you can tell what's inside of the box. Those RAB wall packs have been there for quite a while. And here we are at what is it called? Earthwise Salvage or something like that, and they had some of these area lights. Way too much money for what they want for those things. Like, you should give them out for free. Now that thing I think is cool. I've always wanted one of those, but again, it was a price that I thought was way outrageous for what it is. So I decided not to pick it up, but maybe someday. It is 50 watt, high pressure sodium, and it does have a very nice old Westinghouse bulb inside of it, as you can see there from the top of the etch. Very cool fixture. Maybe someday, but again, something I don't necessarily need at all. Just like the fluorescent one next to it, of course, but it's high intensity discharge. So this is what I decided to pick up. I wasn't originally going to get this Darkroom fixture, but I decided to go back the next week and pick it up because it was quite interesting. It is preheat, and that is pretty cool. It's also a nice piece of history, you know, showing how it was to develop pictures back in the day. So of course on the side here we have the pull string. And as you may have seen when we were at the second use place, let's see, we have a Dura starter. I believe that one's a Hubble or something to that nature. We have two Phillips bulbs in here. This one is warm white. Camera's having a hard time focusing on this red. And the other one is just a white. The two ballasts are mounted right there. One there and one there. It could also be this way and this way, I don't remember, but I think it's 1 and 2. The Dura starter is an FS2, and this one is an FS5. So somebody put the incorrect starter in there. But I decided to pick it up just as a novelty fixture. There'll definitely be a video coming on this thing soon. But in the meantime, here is the sticker on the side. If anybody knows what company this is, let me know in the comments down below, because I can't really make out what it is. Is it something ARC company? I'm not sure. I tried to look up some information on the history of this particular fixture, but I couldn't find anything online. And it's funny that the pull string is still all tied up with a very nice little bell there at the end. So here's the second thing I picked up. This I got at a Goodwill that I didn't show a clip of in the video because there was nothing else there that was interesting. I believe I got this for 69 cents. And it's obviously a Philips Hue bulb. Now, I don't have a Philips Hue setup or bulbs or station or any of that stuff. So when you screw it in, all it does is just turn on a white light. But maybe someday I'll get a Philips Hue, equipment that you need to use these things appropriately and, try it out. It does have a crack in it, so maybe it was dropped at one point, but I found it in a lamp. When I saw it in there, I knew exactly what it was. So for 69 cents, I see these usually go for well over $20 brand new, so not bad at all. It does light up just fine, so I'm sure it works. It just needs its station that it works with. So those are the things that I decided to pick up. I don't remember if I shared this in any of my other videos, but I did install my Emerson heat fan here on the ceiling. The nice thing about it is that it doesn't, hurt the ceiling in any way, because there's just a little hole for the hook to go through, and then there's a joist up in the ceiling, of course, to hold all of its weight. So it'll be an easy thing to patch whenever we do move. But I did install it right here. I do need to put up the little cover to the ceiling so that it looks a little nicer, but I haven't had a chance to do so. I do have over here the variable speed control knob thing. So let's go ahead and turn it on. I know I made a separate video for this, but so there's high. We'll have it spin all the way up. It is a little wobbly, and now my stuff's blowing around. And we'll turn it down to low. I think one of the blades is bent ever so slightly, making it wobble like that, but when it's on low, it doesn't really wobble very much. It looks like it right now, probably because I just turned it down to low, but eventually that goes away and it is quite still, and it makes a nice hum too in the evening. Overall, I'm very pleased that I was able to hang this thing up, and that it doesn't, destroy the ceiling in any way, because I really did want to use this thing. That's why I brought it out here, and I love the design of it. Very industrial. As always, I really do hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you again so much to all of my subscribers and the ones that are coming here in the future, including all of the viewers in general. I appreciate every single one of you. As I said in the beginning of the video, I can't say it enough, but it is very much appreciated that you are here. Once again, I really do hope you enjoyed, and also please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. And thank you very much for watching.